What's going on, fuckers? Josh here, Uncaged Fighter. Today I'm going to talk with you about fasting and the holiday season. Thanksgiving is just around the corner, just a couple days. So this is Monday the 23rd, and so just a few days from now, Thanksgiving, and then not long after that, Christmas is going to be coming right around the corner. So I want to talk with you about fasting, how to survive the holiday season, and how to enjoy the holiday season. I'm going to give you a quick tactic that I'm going to be using. Maybe you'll find it helpful. So if you are watching this video, I'm assuming that you're wanting to continue to see some progress on your snake diet fasting lifestyle, or you've already kind of hit your goal weight and you just want to maintain it. Especially if you've hit that goal weight, this season is the season of overeating, and so we want to make sure that we're not doing too much of that, and we're utilizing some smart strategies to keep us from kind of falling off the wagon. So again, I don't want to be too long-winded about this. I want to jump right into it. So we're going to discuss this tactic that you can utilize. So we have a big holiday meal coming up. I'll use the example of Thanksgiving coming up right here. You can use it for Christmas dinners, any sort of, whatever holidays you and yours celebrate, you can use this tactic as well. So the first things you want to nail down are, one, how long you want to fast. And that's going to be really dependent on where you are as far as your current progress, right? So like if you're already fairly lean, you can go for a shorter fast. If you're not really that far along, you can go for a little bit longer fast. You can extend that fast a little bit longer, okay? So picking how long you want to fast, or how long you believe you should fast, and also timing when to start and end that fast. Those are the two key elements here. So let's assume we'll just start with a 72-hour fast. I'm going to do a 72-hour fast. I like 72s for a lot of reasons. This your whatever you pick can vary. I do recommend doing at least a 24-hour fast. Okay, so that I consider bare minimum for this protocol. So you're going to want to time your fast in such a way that you have about a day in between where you end the fast and where you're actually doing your holiday meal. And I'll explain why in a second. And to give kind of an example, so let's use me as an example. I want to make sure that I am ending my fast on Wednesday. Okay, so I'm gonna be, fasting today, I'm fasting tomorrow, and I'll be fasting into Wednesday evening. All right, that'll be about a 72-hour fast for me. And then I'm gonna have a small ketogenic kind of low-carb meal. This is bacon, eggs, and some beef liver. Okay, gonna fairly small, more moderate. We'll say moderate. So I'll probably kind of go a little bit overboard on the bacon and the eggs, or not overboard, but I'll kick it out of what would traditionally be considered a small range. So moderate meal, ketogenic low carb, right? Then I'll return onto the fast. Now Thursday is the day that I plan on eating big. Okay, that's the meal. I'm gonna be out there with my family and things like that. That's showtime. Okay, and that's when I'll eat my meal. That'll be the only meal I eat that day. Okay, and then the following day, either I can return to what's my maintenance diet, right? I can, or have another like low carb OMAD just to kind of recover, right? So now the reason I want you to put a day, an OMAD day, in between your fast, your extended fast, and your actual holiday meal is because we want to avoid any sort of like stomach distress, any sort of discomfort. It's not refeeding syndrome, but some of the symptoms can be similar to refeeding symptoms, maybe not as severe, but definitely some of the stomach distress can be very severe if you go straight from extended fast to a very big meal like you would typically do, like on a, or at least how I would typically do on a holiday meal. So we want to avoid that. So the best way to avoid that is to just give yourself a little low carb OMAD, and then go back to a fast, and then do like like an OMAD style fasting. So OMAD, and then the next day is another OMAD, which is your holiday meal, right? I'm hoping this is making sense. If it's not making sense, leave some comments in the comment section. I'll more than happy to clarify. Okay, so again, one more recap, just to make sure everybody's clear. We're gonna fast. Pick however long you wanna fast. Break the fast the day before with an OMAD, low carb OMAD, right? Then the next day, the only meal you have is gonna be that holiday meal, okay? So again, I hope that's clear. A couple things you can do to kind of make this tactic a little bit more effective. One thing that I really like to do, especially if I'm gonna be eating a meal with a good bit of carbs in it, is to take about 30 minutes to an hour beforehand. I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of the raw organic apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is fantastic. It's great for keeping your blood glucose levels stable, keep your insulin response solid. We want to make sure that that we're having a good insulin response. Apple cider vinegar has been proven multiple times to do that. And I mean, there's all sorts of other good benefits for apple cider vinegar. It helps with the digestion of proteins and fats, and it's really good for that gut flora. Okay, so again, 30 to 60 minutes prior to your meal, take a 2 tablespoon shot of apple cider vinegar, boom, chase it with a bunch of fucking water. All right, super simple, and it really does help out a lot. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna have another video on apple cider vinegar coming up either later in the week, this week or next week, to kind of talk more about the benefits of apple cider vinegar. Get the apple cider vinegar, it's very beneficial. Another thing to watch out for is overstuffing, right? You've just come off an extended fast. The urge to overeat is gonna be for real, son. So you need to watch out for that. And again, this is one of those things that's gonna help you avoid being super, super uncomfortable. Because that's the last thing you wanna do. You don't wanna go see family and having a good time. Everybody's been locked down recently and probably haven't gotten to see their family and friends as much as they'd like to this year. Last thing you wanna do is be super uncomfortable doing that. So, eat until where you are fairly full, right? Enjoy what you eat till you're fairly full, but don't go to the point where you're hurting yourself, okay? Don't go to the point where, you really have to like let out some, like unbutton your belt or anything like that, okay? Another thing that would help, I would try, if you absolutely can, to avoid alcohol. It's just, it's a bunch of empty calories. It can kind of cause some not very advantageous hormonal responses. And, if just depending on your family, avoiding the alcohol may help you avoid some arguments with some of your distant relatives. I want to avoid that as well. So, and again, so after you have your holiday meal, I think it's best, if you're going back on your maintenance diet, I think before you actually go on your actual maintenance protocol, one thing I would do is the next day is I would just have another low carb, ketogenic OMAD day. I feel like that's going to help, again, stabilize blood sugar levels. It's going to make it easier to go back into a maintenance diet. It's going to keep your compliance with whatever kind of maintenance, or if you're going back into your normal fasting cycle, right? It's gonna keep your compliance on that. It's gonna keep you very compliant on that. So keep you from falling off the wagon, so to speak, right? Because that's what a lot of times we have to be watching out for with some of these big meals is we have this big refeed, and then we're like, I fucking blew yesterday. I'm okay, I'll blow today, or, you just keep, Thursday, so that's Friday, you blow Friday. And then, it's only got 2 more days until Monday. I'll get back on it on Monday, so you blow Saturday and Sunday out of the water too with shitty eating. And then Monday comes, you told yourself, Monday I'll get back to it. And then it's just been my experience, and I've seen other people with this issue as well. Monday comes and goes, and you're still eating like shit. So try to be very regimented about this. Feel free to blow it up, as long as you're following this protocol, you can kind of blow it up a little bit on Thursday, or, whatever, if you're watching this in the future, whatever holiday meal you're prepping for, right? An Easter meal, Christmas meal, whatever. The day after, go back onto a low-carb OMAD day. Make it a low-carb OMAD day. Again, just to stabilize those blood sugar levels. Maybe have a little more apple cider vinegar in the evening. Been some studies show that that's definitely very, very helpful. That'll help keep you on your diet, keep you compliant, and keep that success rolling in. So, and that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great holiday season. So if you like this video, please don't hesitate to give it a like. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you gave us a subscribe. Thank you. Have a good one.